Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. So recently on my channel, I've been talking a lot about how thrift stores just haven't been delivering. There's not been a ton of games in the stores, and the things that are there are just a little bit too expensive, and they're not worth me picking up. Having said that, this week has been completely different. This felt like a week fresh out of quarantine where everything was like ripe for the taking in thrift stores. I did really well this week, and I'm very excited to show you some of the things that I picked up. I got to visit some thrift stores in my area where I found some things, and it was really good for my heart. It made me feel like, okay, you know, I can still continue to go to these thrift stores, and I'll find some things. So I found things here. I found some things at the beach here in Delaware. I found some in retail stores. I just have so many different things to show you. I even found some NES carts in a thrift store. I didn't pick them up, but I'll show you why. But without further ado, let's dive in and see what we found this week. So our first stop this week was at my local Goodwill. It's the one that I go to all the time because it's so close to home. Just super convenient for me while I'm still working from home to take my lunch break, to get out of the house. And I was having a little bit of a hard time at this particular Goodwill, at this particular stop, because they just have had nothing for me recently. I haven't found anything here. I found a couple of weird DVDs. The only one that was really worth picking up was this Godzilla DVD, but when I opened it, it didn't have the right DVD in there, so I put it back. And then I wandered over to those big gray bins that we've been seeing pop up in thrift stores, and Goodwill specifically. They take the new items that have just come in, they wheel them out, and they put them there in the middle and let people have at them so they have less to put away on the shelves. But if you hit those, I promise you, I did this twice this week. This is just my first stop. And I found some really cool stuff. I found 2 Dreamcast games just sitting there all by themselves. And of course I had to pick them up. They were $2.99 a piece. But also totally worth it to me. This was a great way to start the week, like I said. So I picked up Centipede for Dreamcast. When's the last time you found a Dreamcast game out there? Please tell me, because it's been forever for me. And then I also picked up Chicken Run. And again, not crazy pickups. They're not worth a whole ton, but I paid $6 for these. They're worth about $27 total, maybe a little bit more. But it just made me feel like, okay, this week it gives me hope. Right? So I continued my search. Let's see what else we found. So our next stop is at a store called Prime Thrift Shop, and if you've seen my other videos, you may recognize this as Thrifty's. It recently changed its name, but it's really still the same thing. It's all the same to me. Now, this was the same day as that last Goodwill stop where I got the Dreamcast games. So for me, this is kind of setting up the week and what it's going to look like. Again, really cool week for me. I didn't find anything crazy here, but I did find a couple of games, which is, it's been rare. I haven't seen a ton of things at Goodwill or Thrifty's. But having said that, I picked up Lego Star Wars for the Xbox 360, as well as Sonic Free Riders. Now you'll notice I do not have Lego Star Wars on me because I did already sell it. It's gone. It's already been shipped out. But I paid 41 cents a piece for these 2 games. So 82 total, because I had a $2 coupon. They typically sell their games for $1.41, but I had my $2 coupon, so it worked out for me. But again, just a great setup for the week. Let's move on and see what we found next. So over Labor Day weekend, my wife and I decided to go to the beach and spend a few days down there, just kind of recuperate after work's been pretty busy. She's a school nurse, so she's back in school. I'm still working from home, and we just did it for some time to connect. And of course, while we're down there, I do have to do some game hunting. She knew what she was signing up for. She saw this room on our second date. She knew. So we stopped at this little American veteran thrift shop. And believe it or not, I found some NES games here. There were not anything crazy in the pile. There's nothing crazy. They were all $5 a piece, but I wanted to show you guys this because this is it. You just don't see NES games or cartridge-based games out in the thrift shop anymore, let alone games in general. So I ended up passing on all of these, but I thought it was really cool to see those out there. It gave me hope for the rest of my trip. So let's see what else we found while we were down there. Our next stop was a store that I love. It's really close to my family beach house. It's called Yesterday's Fun in Bethany Beach. And they're such a cool store because they have such a wide variety of things like toys, retro things, card games, like D&D stuff if you're into that. Really, really cool. But I always like to pop in and see what they have, because last time I was there I picked up actually this copy here of Def Jam Fight for New York. I paid 60 bucks for this. So again, it's always going to be one of those places that I'm going to stop and check out. So this time I found a couple of weird things. To start, I found this copy of Harry Potter Prisoners of Azkaban for $3.75. Really good deal on that. It is the iToy version, but it looks like this has been selling for about 11, 12 bucks, so I'll definitely be selling that. Then we got 18-wheeler for the GameCube. This one is not complete, but nonetheless, really good deal for $8.75. It's about what it's worth, but that's going to get added to the collection. I've been wanting to add more games to my GameCube collection, and specifically like games that I know I'm going to play, and I loved these truck games as a kid, so that was really cool to pick up and add. Next we got a copy of Ren and Stimpy, Quest for the Shaven Yak for the Game Gear. That was $5.75, not a bad deal there either. And this one I think was the best deal of all. I'd never heard of it, but it's Crystal Warriors for the Game Gear. And I got this for 25 bucks, and it came with the little Game Gear case thing. And they've been selling, they're slow sellers, right? They're slow, but they've been selling for about 50 bucks on eBay. So I think I did pretty well with this one here. I was pretty pleased to pick it up. And I will definitely be going back to Yesterday's Fun. Now, this is all that I found at the beach. And then I traveled back home and found a few more things here that I'm so excited to show you. When I got home, I ended up hitting up 2nd and Charles, and I go to this store a lot as well. So if you're familiar with my channel, you're probably familiar with this store. And I actually caught them slipping on a couple of different items. I found this SmackDown vs. Raw. I got it for $2.95. And we all know that wrestling games have just been selling really, really well. So of course I'm gonna pick that up. And then you also don't see it here, but I picked up a sealed copy of Call of Duty 3 for the PlayStation 3. It was the greatest hits version, but I've already sold that as well. So things are moving on my eBay store right now, which is really cool. And I'm also finding a lot of things that are easy flips. So let's move on. I got two more Goodwill, a Goodwill and a Thrifty stop here for you. And these were my craziest finds of the video, and I can't wait to show you. So as I said, these next two groups of finds are the craziest of the week. They both happened today, and I was working and I was trying to decide whether I wanted to go out thrifting at all today because I was just kind of exhausted. I haven't been sleeping well. But I opted to do so, and I am so glad that I did because I found some really cool stuff. First of all, I stopped over at Prime Thrift again, and I had some more good luck. Now, in order to get back to the games, you kind of have to walk past the electronics section. The games and DVDs are in the back. So I walked past, and I've actually seen some really cool things here before. I've seen boxed Wii's, controllers, all kinds of stuff, like the calculators, the TI-83s and 84s. So I walk by and I just see this PS2 Slim sitting there with all the fixins. It's got a controller, it's got a memory card, it's got one of those wireless dongles for the Logitech controllers, which are great. And it's even got the power cord and the AV cable. Actually, it even had a bonus game. It had Gran Turismo 3 in it. So it's just really, really cool. And I also found this Sims 2 for the Wii. So not only did I find a really cool, well, actually, let me show you the PS2 here. So this is the, unhook everything. Here's the PS2 Slim. I tested it while I was there, and it works. And if you open it up, you can see we got Gran Turismo 3 just sitting in there. We have this wireless dongle right there. And we have the memory card. We got a really nice controller here. This thing, everything's all tangled up here. I got to do some cleaning. But the controller is in great shape. Everything feels really good. There's no damage to the cord or anything. So what I'm planning on doing is probably lotting that up and getting rid of it because I actually already have one. I have a silver and a black one for my collection, so this one I don't really need right now. Now, having seen that, let's move on to our final pickup of the week. So after I hit up Prime Thrift Shop, I drove over to Goodwill, again, my local Goodwill, because it's on my way home from that store. And I was kind of poking around. I saw a bunch of games that they had, like sports stuff. They had a Borderlands game that I was going to buy and use for like trade fodder when I go to 2nd and Charles, but I ended up leaving it behind because I went back to the bins. If you see the bins, you gotta look through them because you're always gonna find something crazy. And I found this little stack right here. Now, I'll say this, there's nothing crazy in this stack, but there's some stuff that I never heard of and stuff that I want for the collection, and also things that are easy flips. So to start, and actually I'm gonna say this too, I'm gonna use some of these games to bundle that PS2. So I'm gonna do like 2 games, the controller, the memory card, and then I'm gonna sell that dongle off to the side on its own. So we got Golden Compass. This is probably gonna be one of the ones that we bundle. And these games, like whoever had these and donated them, they're in great shape. Like look at this manual, there's nothing. It looks like it's never even been touched or played. So that's really cool. Then we got The Great Escape here. I actually have this for the Xbox, so I'll be selling this as well. We got Call of Duty Finest Hour. These are all complete, again, and in great shape. We got Ace Combat 5, great shape. This is the only one that was not in great shape, but I have another case that I can switch out for this one. But it's Call of Duty World at War, Final Fronts. So it's missing a huge, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's missing like a huge piece of the plastic around it. But even so, the artwork is in great shape. So easily switched around. This one I never heard of, but it's Combat Elite World War II Paratroopers, in great shape. This one's getting added to the collection. Then we got Star Wars Clone Wars Republic Heroes. I of course already have this one. That's going to be used as trade fodder. And then the game that's going to make all my money back is, believe it or not, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10. This is a $12 game. So I ended up paying 99 cents for all of these games. They were all $8. So I'm easily going to be able to make my money back and keep the games that I want for basically free. So having said that, this week, like I said, has just been a really good week for me. I've really enjoyed it. Found some really cool stuff for the collection, but mostly stuff that I want to get rid of so that I can buy the things that I actually want. All in all, out of pocket, I paid about $78 for everything, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty low, but we're looking at a total value of about $330. So we more than tripled our money. I will take that any day of the week. So if you guys have any questions for me, if you want to talk video games or anything like that, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you like this kind of content. You could also follow me on Instagram, where I post pictures of my collection. And I'm on TikTok as well, at the Retro Gaming Collective, where you'll see videos of my dog and game collection. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you next time. Happy hunting.